Hi again guys, I've had a request from a viewer to do a tutorial on this. Well, it's got a few different names. Most places call it the Evil Eye. I've also seen it called the Devil's Eye and the Moyu Moyan. So whichever one of those you wish to call it, I'll call it the Evil Eye. This is the closed eye version 1. It hasn't got the circles in the centre. This is basically a shape mod of a cross cube. So if you have Calvin and Evgeny's and Tony Fisher's cross cube, and you can solve that, then you try applying the system you use for that to this puzzle, and you should be able to solve it. It solves exactly the same way, it moves exactly the same way, although it looks completely different, but it is actually just a shape mod of that puzzle. So if you are aware of that puzzle and you can solve it, then definitely give it another try using the method you use for that. The difference with this is it's a bit tricky to figure out the colour scheme because you've got no real guide to what colours go on which faces. But I will show you during the course of this tutorial how we get around that, how we figure that out. But once you can figure it out, it's not too difficult to solve this one. Okay, so I think we're around about getting scrambled. Oh, I've got a little bit more there that needs putting up. Obviously, as with any puzzle, you want to get it scrambled as well as you possibly can to offer yourself as much challenge as you can. That's the whole point of this obsession of ours, isn't it? Make things as tricky as possible. Much more satisfying to solve things when they're a challenge. Okay, I think I'm going to call that scrambled. So here's how I go about starting to figure out the colour scheme. I just find any colour that I can see two of. So first of all, I can see I've got 2 pinks there, so I'll put those together to start with. So all I've got to do is rotate this around to there, and I can actually see that this isn't going to work. I can't get that pink on the same face as that one. So as you can see, it's on the side, and then you can't reorient that piece. So that means that's the wrong piece. So we need to find a different pink piece. I've got one here, pink and grey, so let's try that one. So the way I go about solving this, that's going to work. So what I'm going to do is put it on the opposite corner at the bottom, because it's coming to the front right here, that's where I want it, and so I've put it at the back right on the lower piece there, and then if I do an R2, that'll bring it up there into position. Still don't actually know if this is the right piece as yet, but I'll show you how we figure that out now. Because what we're actually going to do, I didn't actually say, sorry about that. The way we're going to go about solving this, we're going to solve 4 faces around the puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving the top and the bottom unsolved, which we will then solve the same way you solve a 3x3x5 cuboid. This is the way I solve the cross cube. So right, so now we've got these 2 corners together, what we need to figure out is what 2 corners go on the back of this, the face that I've got as the up face right now with the 2 pinks on. So what I need to do is find a colour that's got white and grey in common. So we'll obviously need another grey on this corner on this side, and another white on this corner on this side, and these 2 colours at the back need to be the same. So we need to find a colour that's got white and grey in common, and see if we've got anything like that. So we've got a white and black here, so see if I can see if I've got a grey and black anywhere on the puzzle, then that will work. But black and orange, black and green, black and pink, so that doesn't work. So let's try something else. What else have we got with grey or white? We've got white and green, and I can also see there right next to it I've got white and grey, so that will work. So once I put those onto this face, I will have 4 corners that match up around that face. So what I need to do first of all is get these 2, white and grey and white and green, on the same face. So if I just rotate this face around and do make sure I'm not splitting up the 2 I've already solved, because I've lost them right now. Where are they? There. Okay, I'm not splitting those up, that's fine. So do an R there to bring the 2 greens together. And what I want to do is put one of the little leaf things between them. I'm going to keep the 2 pinks on the left hand side here so I know where they are, so I don't lose them again. And I want to put one of those little leaf things between these 2 greens. I can see I've got one here. So I just turn the face with the 2 greens on, around on to face, so they point towards the face with the green leaf on. Put the leaf to the bottom of this face that it's on, and then just do an M slice move to move it into position, and that puts it between those two greens. And now I will move those up onto the face with the pink two pieces on. All I've got to do is line it up with the position they go on and just do an R turn to put it into position. You can see I've now got 4 corners that match up, and once you've got those first 4, things become a little bit easier. So I've got this green leaf in place. I also need the pink leaf, so what I will do is remove the pink from that solid face for the moment, the 2 pink pieces. So I'll keep this green, the bit with the greens on this left hand side, so I know where they are. And I can see I've got a pink leaf down here, so point the pink pieces towards the face with the leaf on once again, put the leaf at the bottom and do an M slice to put the pink in position, and then turn this back around. You can see we can put this back on the face with our solid greens, and we've got 4 corners and 2 leaves, which still need the 2 leaves to go in between, which is a grey and a white. So what I need to do is get a grey and a white leaf on the same face opposite each other. So I've got a white one here and a grey one here. So I'll put the white one on the left, the grey one on the right, and do an R. That will put them on the same face. And as it happens, it is oriented correctly for the solid face, but if it wasn't, you'd just turn it so that it was. And so it's in between it's on the M slice where the solid pieces need to go, so just do that M slice turn, puts them into position, and you can see we've got one face solved. Simple as that. So now what we're going to do is continue pretty much the same way to solve the other 3 faces around the kind of equation of the puzzle. So the first thing I need to do is find the 2 pieces that come here next to the green. I'm going to pick green just simply because I've got one right there. You could have picked any of the colours you fancied, but I'm going to pick green. Now, because we've already got 2 solved, that means there's only actually 2 green pieces left unsolved, this dark green here, because you've got 4 corner pieces with each colour on, and they both happen to be on the same face right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the solved face on my left hand side here so I don't lose track of where it is. I'm going to move one of these pieces to the up face and turn it around. Now they're on the different faces, I can move them correctly in relation to each other, as you can see. So I've now got a green facing me on the left front of the top face, and the other green is facing me on the right front of the front face, so an R turn matches them up. And then of course I need one of those leaf pieces between them again. I've got the other one over here, so all I will do once again, put the green pieces facing the face that's got the leaf on, put the leaf at the bottom of that face. Now you will see that I've now got my solid face at the back of the puzzle, so be careful while you're doing this. What I'm going to do is do that M slice to put that green in position, but I've broken my solid face right now, so all I do is just turn this slice, the 3 pieces to the side, out of the way, so I return that M slice we've just done, and it doesn't disturb what we've just solved, but it also resolves the stuff I've just broke that we already had solved in the first place. So as long as you move things out of the way and undo your moves, you will always keep your solved bits solved, and you'll see that as we get further through the solving process, this is something we're going to have to do more and more often, because we're going to break things more and more often. So yeah, all we can have to do now is just turn that up face into position to match it up with the greens, and that's the next step solved. We'll then put these 2 leaf pieces in the middle. So what do we want? We want a kind of yellowy, a dark yellow colour leaf and a light blue leaf. So I've got a dark yellow leaf there, and as luck would have it, a light blue leaf on the same face. But what I'm going to do, just for the sake of showing you, is match those 2 up in a different way, because I've got another light blue one here. So if I just rotate this M slice around and bring that light blue off the face that we've been solving, so we don't disturb anything, and put this yellow leaf on the left here with this blue leaf on the right, you can see that with an R turn they will match up. But I've broken my solved stuff, so just move those out of the way and bring my R face back to make sure our solved stuff is back into the solved state again, and the 2 I've just matched up are together here. Now all I need to do then is just I need to bring them up onto one of these sides to put them into position. So if I just do an M slice here, this is my solved piece. Let's put it on the left as I've been doing all the other times. And these are the two leaves that I need to move. So just move them up to the top face, spin them out of the way, and bring that M slice back that I've just done. And you can see that now with just an M slice this way, I can put them in position with the face we're solving, and nothing is broken. It doesn't hurt to check now again, make sure you haven't split anything else up while you're in the process of solving. Okay, so what do we need to do now? We need to find another colour to do on these corners. So I've got yellow and light blue, dark yellow and light blue, so I need to find a colour that they got in common once again, like we did on the first face. So I can see I've got a yellow and red piece here, so let's see if we've got a light blue and red corner piece anywhere, and I can see straight away I have. So all I need to do is match up the red pieces on those to give me another layer solved. So if I just put this red and blue piece on the back left corner, with this being on the top right corner of this face, as soon as I do an R turn, that will match up my two red pieces. So then we just need one of the petal pieces between them, so find a red petal. We've got one down here. So once again, point the red pieces toward the face with the red petal on, put the petal at the bottom of that face and do an M slice to put it between the two corners. Turn those out of the way and bring the M slice back so we haven't broken anything that was already solved. And then this is simply a matter of just rotating that into position on the face that we're in the middle of solving. And you can see we've got two of those faces now solved. So once again we just continue with the same process. So I'm coming onto this face now, so I also want my other two red corners. So here's red and purple, here's red and orange. So they're already lined up actually. If I just, because I've got one on the bottom right here and one on the front left here, if I just do an R turn, that matches those up. Just turn them out of the way and bring my R back so that make sure we haven't broken anything down here. So then we want our red petal between them. Where's that hiding? Here it is. So put the two red corners facing the face the petal's on, put the petal at the bottom and an M slice to put it between. Turn that out of the way and bring the M slice back so that we're not breaking anything. So now we just need to get that onto this face. So all we've got to do is just, if you put it on the left hand side of this front face, we're going to the up face here, so just put it onto the up, do a U2 and bring that left back. You can see we haven't broken anything there, and we can just rotate this now to match it with the reds. So I'm sure you can guess what we need to do now. We need to put the two petals in the centre here, so we need an orange petal opposite a purple petal on one face. Let's see, we've got purple here and an orange here. I've actually accidentally looked out again where I've got two of the right colours opposite each other, so I'm actually going to use those. I need to move them up to the side here, otherwise we can't get them in position. So I can move it. If this is my front face, the one we're working on, we want it on the right or the left of that face, not on the bottom, because otherwise we're going to disturb the stuff we've solved around here. So if I need to move it onto this face, so just move the M slice onto that face, turn them out of the way, move the M slice back, and now I can just, what I need to do, if I just turn those into position, that's no good to me because I will actually break the side we've solved over here. So what I need to do is just turn them out of the way for a second, do an M slice the wrong way, because what we're doing, we're replacing the orange and blue and purple, we're putting them where this green and blue are right now. So to turn that green and blue up onto the face that the orange and purple are on, turn the orange and purple into position and bring that middle slice back, that puts those in where they belong and it doesn't damage what we've already solved. So again, what we need is a colour that's got orange and purple in common. So let's see what we've got. I've got a light blue and orange there. Have we got a light blue and purple? We haven't. So let's try a different colour. We've got a light green and orange there. Now we've got a light green and purple. Yes, there's a light green and purple there, so that's going to be the colour that we need. So we need to get those at different faces for now, so let's just do an R to put this one up here, turn it out of the way and bring the R back. And then, let's see, so we can put this on the front right of the top face, put this on the bottom left of the front face. We can then do an L prime turn to match those up, move them out of the way and bring back the L, so we're not damaging our solved stuff. So we've now got our two greens matched up, and we just need a petal between them. You can see a petal here, so one more time, put the two green pieces, just turn the face so that they are facing that green petal, put the green petal on the bottom, do an M turn to put it between them, move them out of the way and bring the M back. So now we need to put those light green, that slice in position. It goes on this face here, so once again we need to move it up to one of these faces on the side. So with the face we're working on the left hand side, and this is on the bottom sort of thing, so make that our front face for now and just do an R turn, U2 and R prime to make sure we don't break anything we've already solved. And then once again we can't just turn this into position now because we will break stuff around the back that we've already solved. So what we need to do is just move it out of the way for the moment. We're replacing this strip here with the grey and yellow and black and white. Just move them up onto the same face as our solved strip, do a U2, bring everything back, and that puts it in position. So that's 3 of our 4 faces around the centre solved, and we're making good progress. So we'll just continue exactly this fashion. We need to get 2 green corner pieces. Now there are only 2 left, so this is going to be easy to figure out which is which. I've got a green and black there, a green and blue there. Put the green and black there on the back right. Got the green and blue on the front left here, so just an R prime will match them up. Turn it out of the way and take my R back. Now I've got my green petal on the same face, so I need to put them on the different faces. So if I just move my 2 matched up greens now to the up face and do a U2 and bring that L turn back, and then the same way as we were before, put the 2 corners facing the face with the petal on it, put the petal at the bottom of that face, an M slice to match them up, turn them out of the way and bring the M slice back. Sorry. Now and again other faces turn accidentally when you're trying to solve this. Now I need to put it on this top face now to match up with these greens. So if I just do a R, U2, R prime to bring everything back that's already solved, and then this turn in this face will match everything up. So of course I'm sure you can guess what we need now are the petals to go on the middle of here. So we've got a black one and a blue one. So my black ones and blue ones aren't matched up, so what I need to do, I've got one on the bottom right, one on the top left, so an R2 will pair those 2 up. Just turn them out of the way and undo my R2. So now I've got that black and blue opposite each other that go in there. So same as before, turn them out of the way, do an M slice, replace them with the black and blue and bring the M back, and that matches those up. So one last time, we now need the pink corner pieces, the 2 pink ones, and again we've got them on the same face. So we need to use the top face and the bottom face basically to sort these out. So I'll do an R2 to put one of those pink corner pieces on the up face, a U to move it out of the way, bring the R2 back. Now to match this up I need this other pink piece on the back bottom right with this one on the front top left. And R2 pairs those up, move it out of the way and undo my R2 again. Oop, I've gone too far, so just make sure everything is still solved. It is. Okay, so now I've got my pink pieces here. They need a petal. Now I'm going to do it slightly differently because obviously they're not on adjacent faces this time. So I've got the 2 pink corner pieces on the front of my bottom face. So the pink petal needs to go on the back of the up face. Do an M2 to match them up. Turn it to the side out of the way and undo the M2 turn. Make sure everything else is still solved. It is. And my slice is with the pink petal in the middle is there. So one more time, just move it out of the way. These are in the slot where this pink strip needs to go, so just bring that slot down to the face where the pink pieces are. Do an F2 to put the pink pieces in, and undo the L turn, and that puts those all on the same face. You can see we've now got all 4 faces around the centre solved, and we've just got our top and bottom faces to do, as I said earlier, the same way we solve a 3x3x5 cuboid. Alright then, so the way we solve these two, as I said, is with the 3x3x5 cuboid, as although with the top and bottom layers of that puzzle. So we're going to start off by putting the edges in position on the lower face. I can see I've got a black. The edges are the petal shapes, obviously. If I turn I can see straight away. I've looked out. I've got 3 petals in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move a couple of those out so I can show you properly how to put those in if they're not in a lucky formation like that. Let's just do that. Okay, let's see what we've got. Now I've only got one solved. So what I'm going to do, I've got the black petal over here, and the black face is on the right with the white petal solved, the white edge. So I'll put it on the right hand side where the black face is. Do an R2 and move the edges that are solved out of the way, and an R2 back, and bring this bottom back so you can see that we've now got the 2 solved. So now we're going to do with the blue, so we'll put the blue face on the right hand side. I'm talking about the light blue here, now I've got the light blue edge there, put that on the right hand side of the top face, and once again do an R2, move everything that's solved out of the way, so just put this grey one here, and we then need the yellow one, so we can swap this yellow one at the same time. So we're bringing this grey one that's unsolved out of the way, and this yellow one which will be solved when it replaces that grey piece. So do an R2 again, move the bottom face. Here's orange, not yellow. Got the wrong colour, but that's not a problem. So we'll just put the orange on the right there, the yellow that's wrong on the right there. It's in this light, I was seeing the colour wrong. Oh well. So once that orange is on the right, do an R2, and that's in position. Now it looks wrong at the moment because I've turned this face in the process of moving that, but that's not a problem. We'll start on the corners. So let's see what corners we've got. You need to keep this right hand side in the same place. Don't move this, otherwise you will mess up your solved bits in the process of doing this. But what I want is, I've got a black and white one here, so I need the gap on the front right. I need the piece that's going in on the front right of the top face, and the gap that it's going into on the front right of the bottom face, and then you can perform the normal cuboid algorithm of putting corners from one layer to another, which is 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. Just rotate our bottom face so that everything's solved. You can see that we've resolved our stuff on the right that we had split up as well. So we can rotate the cube in any direction we want at the moment, so that's fine. And find another corner that needs to go in. So we've got the blue-orange here. The slot that the blue-orange corner needs to go in is down here. So once again, put it on the front right of the top face, the corner piece that's going in. Front right of the bottom face is the slot where that corner needs to go. So again, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R. So that blue and orange is solved. You need to keep your right hand face the same, because once again we've actually split these up at the moment, but putting the next corner in will resolve these. So turn the bottom face, so our next unsolved piece is at the front right of the bottom face, which is light blue and white. Put the corner piece that's going there on the front right of our up face, and one more time we do 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Rotate our bottom face, and you can see that face is now solved. So all we've got left now is our up face here, and same with cuboids. We first look to see if we've got any headlights. You can see that I have got headlights here. By headlights I mean two colours, two corner pieces of the same colour that are matched up basically. So you can see I've got two grey corner pieces matched up. Ignore the petal or the edge piece in the centre, I'm only talking about the corners. So I've got two greys, so what I want to do is put those on the left hand side of the up face, and this algorithm that I'll show you next will swap these two corners on the right hand side of the up face. So you put those two corners that need to swap on the right hand side of the up face, and you do 2R, U, 2R, U prime, 2R, U prime, D, 2R, U prime, 2R, U, 2R. And if I rotate the up face, you can see that all the corner pieces are now solved. And you can just twist your down face back to where it started from as well. Now if you've come across a situation where you didn't have those headlights, where you didn't have two corner pieces matched up, all you've got to do is do that algorithm I just showed you, the corner swap algorithm, on any position, and that will automatically match up two corners. So then you'll be in that position where you've got two corner pieces matched that you put on the left hand side, and then do that algorithm again. So you'd have to do it twice in total, with the two unsold pieces on the right hand side for the second time, and that will solve all the corners from that situation. So now all we've got to do is our petals, which are edge pieces, so we use cuboid edge piece algorithms for this. I'm going to start, I can see that the grey needs to go opposite, so to swap two opposite edge pieces, so the grey will go to the back, the yellow will come to the front. We do this, we do 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. Now keep these unsold pieces on the right hand side again, you've got to keep those there, otherwise you will mess things up. And I can see we're going to get parity, which is good, so I get to show you everything you need to know on this one solve, so that works out quite well. I can then see that the blue needs to go opposite as well, so that can go with the purple. So this will swap the purple and the blue edge pieces once again, so do a 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. So that's solved our pieces on the right hand side, and just leaves us with two edges that need to be solved. Now the problem is putting those two edges in will leave us with this right hand side with two slices unsold, but that's fine. I will show you the easy way to fix that once we've got these edge pieces into place. So once again, if you know your cuboid algorithms, this is the way you do an adjacent edge swap. You have one of the two pieces that needs swapping on the right hand side and one on the front, and then you do this long-winded algorithm here. You do 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, U prime, turn your thing, 2R. Now that's got our top face solved, but as I said, you've now got a strip here that's unsolved and a strip here that's unsolved. So let's show you how to fix that one. Okay, so let me first explain exactly why this has happened. You've got kind of an internal 3x3 on this puzzle, but you don't actually solve it. So what we've done is we've solved things with something moved around in the wrong way on the interior 3x3, but we don't know that because there's no way to tell. So just a few simple moves will actually fix that. So let me show you what we do. What we need to do is actually turn this face by 90 degrees and then resolve everything, and that will give us what we need. That's basically how we go about solving this, but just doing that and then bringing it back doesn't help us. So here's how I find a 90 degree turn that helps us. If I do this is my front face with the unsolved strip on the right hand side of the front face. I do an R, 2U, R prime, 2U. So at the moment the R face is back where it started. I now do an R turn, and that's my 90 degree turn, and I now resolve everything. You can see that it's fixed one face, and I've now got three faces that are unsolved. So the first thing I'm going to do is solve this front face here. It only needs one more piece in. Now the strip that it belongs in, everything's still in strips of 3, so it's quite easy to sort everything out. The slot it belongs to is on the left hand side of my up face. The strip that's going in there is on the right hand side of my front face. So if I just do an L to bring that slot down onto the same face as the strip that wants to go in, do an F2 and take my L back, that fixes that face. So I've now just got my up face and my down face to fix. And all I've got to do is, you can see I've got two petals the wrong way around on each one, but it's actually, what I will do is I just do an R2, U2, R2, and that puts one strip in, so I've now got 3 strips left unsolved. And if I do an L2 to match those up, do a D2 and another L2, that brings that strip into place, and also on my D face everything's solved as well. So that's solved the parity, everything is fixed, and all I need to do is just turn all the faces into the right position, and you see we have now got the whole puzzle solved. So as I said, it's identical to the cross cube, not too difficult, but I think the hardest part of that is that parity is not easy to figure out to start with. It took me a while to figure that out. I had to figure it out in an entirely different puzzle, but the figuring out the colour scheme is the most difficult part, but once you've got that sorted, everything kind of flows nicely from there. Alright then guys, well that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If you've got any questions about the puzzle, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you can point me to, if you're having a specific problem, if you can point me to a photo or a video of what situation you're in, then that'll make things a bit easier for me to figure out what your problem is. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed and hope this is helpful, and I'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye.